Welcome everyone. So this is a tarot reading for the sign of Aquarius. Now, if you are an Aquarius, obviously this reading's for you, but if you're just interested in what's happening in the life of an Aquarius, also applies to you. Now, I always shuffle the cards before I start the video, so basically everything's ready to go, and I'm going to just go ahead and get started. The first position that I'm going to take a look at, though, is the recent past. That's the first area that I'm going to look at, and then I'm going to kind of move into the present, then the future. All right. So let's take a look. I have the Three of Swords reversed. That's my tarot card. And then my oracle card is the Skull and Crossbones. So essentially putting pain to rest, putting bad memories to rest, putting heartbreak to rest. Whatever it was that maybe was like lingering in our hearts in terms of like any negativity that was like still inside of us. I feel like that's recently been put to rest, done with, over. I'm going to pull another card now to see if I can get any more specifics surrounding the circumstance, like, well, what was that heartbreak, right? What was the Three of Swords? Because right now it's still very general. Let me see if I can get more information. Tell me more about this Three of Swords with the Skull and Crossbones. Tell me more about this Three of Swords, the Skull and Crossbones. Could have been an event, could have just been something that spurred us to just say, okay, well, this is behind me now. Or it could have been gradual. That's another thing I think it was like more of like sudden, like you just, at some point we're like, okay, like I'm over this. Oh, okay. I have here the bread. Something happened, or maybe we just reached a natural point in our lives where we're like, yeah, I don't need to be holding on to this anymore. I don't need these bad memories, these bad feelings. I don't need to hold on to these grudges or like, just this negativity anymore. That's what I'm getting. Let's move into the present now, and I'm going to see if that's still really holding steady into the present. Let's take a look. So where I want to take a look is your emotions. Since this is talking about your emotions to begin with, that's where I want to look at in the present. So let's take a look. I have the Nine of Cups. This is great. So essentially keeping up with that momentum, I would say. And then with the Oracle card of the Crown here, this is wish fulfillment. This is a lot of wish fulfillment, actually. I feel like now that you have all of these great things, you can let go of all of this pain that no longer applies to you. It's just irrelevant. That's what I'm really seeing here. This is major wish fulfillment. You guys, whether you have it in the physical world, because this literally looks like a king, like drinking his wine with his crown, right? This is like having it all, but it's just feeling like that. Feeling like we have everything we need. Feeling like we have actually like abundance here. A lot of abundance. Let me just pull one extra card. Actually, I don't need to pull a card because this is just emotions, so it's generally enough. I'm going to move to a different position, but this is still in the present moment. I'm going to leave the future for last. So this next position, I call it the position of the head. It talks about your thoughts, your strategies at the moment, how you're perceiving the situation consciously. So I have the 3, just the plain old number 3 for the Oracle card. And then the Tarot card is the King of Wands. It's bent. You guys are looking at this like you're ready to take charge, to be a leader, to be the example, to be the leader, to be the model. That's what came into my head just now. The model example. That's what's like coming in. That's how you're looking at the situation. Like, now that I have all this stuff, I'm going to let go of all this past crap, all this baggage, and I'm going to just live like my and set the example for everybody else. All right. I'm not going to pull cards on that. Am I going to pull cards on that? No. I'm going to just move on to the next position. The next position, and this is the last one before I get into the future, what's going to happen, you guys. But this next position talks about the outward actions you guys are taking, or things that are coming like directly at you in the outer world. So we have the Tower. Whoa. That's unexpected, considering how you guys are feeling. Tower is usually bad. So then we have the Tower here with the Moon card. This is like very interesting. It could be, it could be that you guys are shaking things up yourselves. Like, you're feeling good and you're ready to not just set the example, but also shock people by being like so yourselves, so doing everything just so your way, so you. I think it's like shocking people. It's unexpected. I don't think this tower is you guys. I think this is what you're doing to people, to other people, because if you don't know what the tower is your expectations crumbling, right? It is things you've believed in being proven to be false. But I think this is what you're doing to other people, just like through your actions, through being yourself, through being such an authentic person. The King of Wands, very authentic card. And you guys can do all this because you're at an emotional place where you feel really good. Okay, so I'm clarifying the tower with the moon, and I got the princess. So the princess is like, the reason you're shocking people is because the people are immature. Like, people who are watching you, the reason they're shocked is just because they don't have the experience. If they did, they'd just be like, oh yeah, that's normal, or I've seen that before. The reason they haven't seen it before is because they're just young, immature, inexperienced, sheltered, one or all those things, right? They're the princess. And you're basically like, you're an opportunity for them to see something that they otherwise wouldn't normally see, just in your own being, just by like living your life openly, as an example. And it's shocking people. Just those type of people. All right. Okay, so let's see what's gonna happen to you guys, for you guys, or what's going to come of this situation. Let's see. That is the next position. Okay, so we have the Three of Pentacles with the Oracle card of the number 9. This is like putting your skills together with other people who either have similar skills or comparable skills to fit your own. This is like highly skilled labor specialists coming together to do a job. This would almost be like if you're the electrician in like a construction site, and you're fulfilling your part, and then you have like another specialist who's like the carpenter come in. That's what's coming up in the future. I think this is really regarding this other 3. In whatever circumstance you have where you have to work with people and you are shocking people, it's like I was saying, you set the example, but also you know what you're talking about, whereas other people don't. Other people are inexperienced, you know what you're talking about, and you set the example, and it seems like either they're learning from you, or there's like a really good group dynamic here because of the experience of the people involved. And I think it's all tied to your strategy back over here, where you guys are working together with people very authentically and being really good leaders. That's all qualities of the King of Wands. But it's because you're consciously trying to practice that strategy. This is in the position of the head. You guys are trying to do this. All right, so I do want to pull a clarifier card to see if there's any more information. Might tell me what line of work you're in, might tell me what kind of project this is, or why everyone's trying to work together, why it's necessary that there's so much skilled labor or like skill involved. Not just skill, the 9 is thought, it is like education, right? Higher education, higher skill, that sort of thing involved. Coming up in the future. Tell me more about this 3 of Pentacles, the number 9. Tell me about the 3 of Pentacles, the number 9. For my Aquarius is, tell me about the 3 of Pentacles, the number 9. Tell me about the 3 of Pentacles, the number 9. Okay. The wall here. The wall. Okay. So, it's interesting because I'm getting like 8 of Pentacles vibes from this wall. It's just kind of like working on a project that exists. I don't need any more cards on this. This is Neptune. It just, the reason the number 9 is here is because you need a lot of people to, it's like, it does actually, whatever it is that's coming up in the short term, it just needs a lot of people to think about it. It requires a lot of logic and a lot of maybe even research, a lot of skill. And I think that's the reason why a lot of people need to work on it and why you need to be such a good leader, etc., etc. Let me see what else is on top. The rabbit with the hammer. There's a lot of things to work on. There's a lot of things to work on. That's why everybody's got to work together, and that's why everybody's got to be in their top game with the number 9 here. Also, the knight. You got to, like, basically do the work. Like, can't skirt the work. You got to charge in, the knight. Alright, that's the reading for now. I'm going to pull advice to see if there's any way we can make this run. I feel like things are going to run smoothly no matter what. You guys are going to be the authentic leaders you're trying to be. And I think the group is going to come together like it has to make whatever project or work endeavor come together for you. But let's see what advice comes out here, regardless of the fact I think everything's fine. Let's see if there's any other advice. So the way I do this is I'm just going to leave it open. Any advice for my Aquariuses, like what they should be focused on doing or aware of. It can just be in general, doesn't have to pertain to the reading. Okay. Queen of Pentacles. Loosen up a little on the reins. If you are trying to take charge, if you are trying to be the leader, try not to make it quite so obvious. Take one step back. Cool it a tiny bit. You could still do what you're doing, but the Queen of Pentacles definitely talks of a little bit of like withdrawing. Anything else here? Any other advice for my Aquariuses? Any other advice for my Aquariuses? Any other advice? Any other advice? Any other advice? Okay. That card wants to come out. Finally. The Zero. The Zero. Handle things as they come, but take a looser approach. The Zero is spontaneous. It's kind of like 0 minutes, right? It's like act in the moment. You don't have to like pre-plan being, you're kind of strategizing too much. This is saying like, take it one step back. You're going to just be naturally the leader you're meant to, but just like act in accordance with the appropriate moment. You don't have to plan ahead. Doing so will kind of make you seem like you're trying too hard. Honestly, you could end up coming off like you're trying too hard. If you don't do this. And then I just want to peek at the next couple cards at the top here just to see if there's any other advice. There usually is. And I have Neptune with the Wall and Leo. Take a step back from the project and just have fun. Try to have moments where there is space and time for fun in the workplace with regards to this project, with regards to whatever we've been talking about, right? That requires the skills of a bunch of people coming together. Take some time, some moments for fun, to just enjoy the moment or just have fun with those people. If you're trying to become a leader, I think this advice is showing up as leadership advice. That's what's going to make you a better leader, in my opinion, but I also think that's why this is coming out. So that's it, Aquarius. I hope you guys liked the reading. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. If this resonated, press the like button for me if you would. That really helps me out. And I'll see you guys in a couple of weeks. Take care.